As some of you may know, I have a little project motorcycle down in my garage. It's a 1991 Suzuki VX800. A nice little bike, nothing spectacular. It isn't going to burn up any asphalt anytime soon, but it's a nice little project bike. It's simple, and it's kind of fun to work on. The first one I bought was in such bad shape that I had to drive to California to buy a donor bike. It was just that bad. Now at this point the frame is done, it's been treated, it's been repainted. Now I'm working on some of the other pieces, and today I am going to be stripping out the battery case, priming it, and painting it. So I thought I would videotape it and share it with everybody. Now before we get started, I just want to show some of the protective stuff I have on. Make sure I have a nice thick long sleeve jacket on, something covering most of my skin. Most important are these things right here, some protective eyewear. I'm going to be handling some real caustic, dangerous stuff today. I don't want it to get in my eyes, so definitely wearing these. Oh, and also I have some rubber gloves. The type of gloves you use are extremely dependent upon what kind of stripper or chemical you're using. And according to the stripper that I'm going to be using today, these are the proper gloves. If you don't use the proper gloves and you get some stripper or solvent on them, it can just eat right through just like it's nothing, and then have an afternoon meal on your hands. It's not a good idea. This is a Suzuki VX800 battery box. If you notice, it has some rather nasty rust in here. What I'm going to do is first strip it. Then after it's stripped, I'm going to treat the rusty spots, get the rust off, then prime it and paint it a flat black. If you notice, there are still some pieces still on here because I couldn't get the screws out. So you know what, I'm just going to paint over them and live with it. This is not a piece that too many people are going to see, so we'll give it a shot and we'll see what it looks like when it's done. Further, what you don't want to do is apply paint stripper to a piece that's sitting on plastic. Paperboard or cardboard is a good idea. You also don't want to put it on asphalt or on concrete. So paperboard or some metal piece, that's probably the best choice. So let's get this started and see what it looks like. Now, one of the dangers of this stuff is what just happened here. I got a little tiny nick in my glove, and some of this nasty stuff got in there, so take that sucker off immediately. Now, you can't really tell, but I can feel it, and it hurts. So, first thing you do when that happens with this stuff, with this particular type of stuff, is get it wet. Wash it off, rinse it off. And it should be okay. I can still feel it a little bit right in here. And the weird thing about it is that through the gloves, when you feel this spray hit, it feels cold. Well, the thing is that when this chemical gets on your skin, it also feels cold. So it's kind of hard to tell when it really gets on. But it's smarting, and I can see it a little bit right there. But it'll be okay. I didn't leave it on long enough to really cause any damage. And now I'm going to take the part here and rinse it down with plain old water and give it a good scrubbing, and that should hopefully take the paint right off of it. Yep. See how that's coming right off? Very nice. And roughly 12 hours later, here is the results. Here are the results. Nice flat black battery box. This is not a fun one to do. There are a lot of nooks and crannies that needed to be cleaned and painted and primed. Definitely not a starter piece. Matter of fact, yeah, there are a few little spots I wish I could have gotten a little bit better, but here it is. All I need to do is put some rubber in the bottom to cushion the battery, and it's a done piece.